I am originally from Okinawa. We immigrated to the States when I was a young kid, around 7 or 8 years old. In college, I made my master's program for secondary education in English and theater. I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, a mother. My mother, she told me that in Okinawa there's a saying that a woman is weak but a mother is strong. Life is pretty much a big compilation of role strain, really, and finding time to manage those roles. One of the biggest ways to survive that is finding really positive coping mechanisms. I struggled a lot before with negative coping mechanisms, so like lots of drugs, sex, alcohol. I was pregnant throughout my entire my first semester of college. I think that it became a little bit, it becomes definitely less about you and more about this person that you're forming. I think I had to change my environment a lot once I became a mother, because now you're thinking about this child and like, do I want this child to be how I was? You know, do I want her to experience the same things I experienced, whether or not it made me stronger or weaker as an individual? And Lila has been overall my greatest stress reducer and increaser. I mean, definitely a little bit of both. Post-traumatic stress disorder that I gained from a violent sexual assault from my ex-fiance and his friends. There are nights that I forget and I wake in the terror of a four-walled prison cell that looks just like a bedroom, so much so each room feels just like his bedroom, so much so each bedroom feels just like a prison. And he had me tied to the shower rod. He like came at me, and it was that survival instinct, like I had to get the fuck out of there. I just kept hitting him with this pot with all the strength I had left. And I didn't have much. I didn't have much at the time. I just couldn't stop swinging. I used to box. In the ring, I was an animal. Unstoppable until the lights went out. I was branded with a smoking gun. So when people found out about the abuse, they naturally asked why I didn't fight back. There's this sort of magic in love and fighting. Love gives you that power to tear somebody apart, but trusts you not to. I was gonna call off our engagement, and I asked him, I was like, what would you do if I leave you? Or if I like left the altar or something. He was like, I would kill everybody that you knew. The fear is more than physical. By the time it escalates to that point, you're automatically kidnapped. You're hostage at that point. You're in this relationship, whether you like it or not. I fell out of love with a dark magician, a maddened illusionist whose only audience was himself. I remembered the days I lied there dirty and beaten on his doorstep. Somewhere between the faint-heartedness and wishful thinking, I wondered, when will he come home? I really turned to writing. Writing was definitely one of my greatest frustrations. I've used poetry to get over everything that I've gone through. Like, I was writing a lot of poetry, I was reading a lot of great books, and I would just kind of take off into a world that didn't belong to me because I had no responsibility in that world, so for me I could enjoy it. And it was really kind of my counselor. Like, writing was it still is my counselor. Blood, Sweat, and Breast Milk is really a collection of poetry that was to create like a visual metaphor for the challenges I faced growing up, the challenges I still face today. In the time that I was writing this, I fell in love. This really hard and delicate man that was very understanding and empathetic and really wanted to show me, not just tell me, what love was supposed to be like. I'm looking for a man unashamed to wear his grandmother's eyes, his mother's smile, his sister's trials, or the names of the women he loved on his heart.
She was a fantastic student. She's very creative, but I think what sets her apart is how hard she works. It took us over the course of one semester to put the book together. She's a fighter. She takes that fighting attitude into everything she does.
I've grown fond of the scars life gave me, the missing piece of my ear, the war zone across my navel, and the labors of childbirth. Some are a reminder of glory, and others marks of survival.